Which Spanish city is famous for its ornate Easter floats? Seville. What Florentine spectacle involves fireworks and a cart? Scopio del Carro. What is the Polish Wet Monday tradition called? Śmigus Dingus. How do Swedish and Finnish children dress for Easter? As Easter witches. What Good Friday tradition is popular in Bermuda? Flying handmade kites. What is Easter called in Ethiopia? Fasika. What Philippine ritual reenacts Jesus meeting Mary? Salubong. What midnight cry launches Greek Easter festivities? Christos Anesti. What Sydney event coincides with Easter in Australia? The Sydney Royal Easter Show. What are traditional European Easter markets called? Oostermarkte. What marshmallow chick is a U.S. Easter staple? Peeps. What fruit bun is traditionally eaten on Good Friday? Hot cross bun. Which Italian dove-shaped bread is made for Easter? Columba di Pasqua. What braided Greek bread traditionally nests a red egg? Chureki. What tall Eastern European sweetbread is eaten at Easter? In Europe is called Pascha and Kulich in Russia. What pyramid-shaped cheese dessert is served at Easter? Pascha. Which fruit cake is topped with 11 marzipan balls? Simnel cake. What decorated cake is gifted in Catalonia? Mona de Pascua. What Mexican bread pudding is served during Holy Week? Capirotada. What is the most common Easter meat in the U.S.? Ham. What sour rye soup is a Polish Easter staple? Zurich. What Greek soup is traditionally eaten after the Easter midnight service? Margaritza. What J.S. Bach work is often performed during Holy Week? The St. Matthew Passion. Which Handel oratorial features the Hallelujah chorus? Messiah. What 1948 film stars Judy Garland and Fred Astaire? Easter Parade. Who wrote the song Easter Parade? Irving Berlin. Which Caravaggio painting shows the risen Christ eating? Supper at Emmaus. Who painted the famous Resurrection in San Sepolcro? Piero della Francesca. What is the Pope's Easter blessing called? Urbi or Orbis. Where does the Pope lead the Via Crucis in Rome? The Colosseum. Who wrote Christ the Lord is risen today? Charles Wesley. What is the signature Easter chant of Orthodox worship? The Paschal Troparion. Who wrote the Russian Easter Overture? Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. Which rock opera centers on Jesus's last week? Jesus Christ Superstar. Where is the world's largest Pysanka sculpture located? Vegreville, Alberta, Canada. Which company popularized the cream egg? Cadbury. What English folk dance often appears at Easter? Morris dancing. What is the Latin and Hebrew root of Pâques or Pasqua? Pashka or Pesach. Is Easter Monday a U.S. federal holiday? No. What are Northern English Easter folk plays called? Pace egging. Where is the famous Easter Bonnet Festival held? Fifth Avenue, Manhattan, New York City. What is the neo-pagan spring equinox festival called? Ostara. Who first recorded the name of the goddess Easter? The Venerable Bede. What is egg tapping called in northern England? Jarping. What part of a chocolate bunny do most people eat first? The ears. Why was Easter Island given that name? Easter Island was named by the Dutch explorer Jacob Roggeveen. Which disciple is said to have cut off a soldier's ear? Peter, Simon Peter. In the Bible, who did the risen Jesus first appear to? Mary Magdalene. What animal did Jesus ride in to Jerusalem on? A donkey or a colt. What is the 50-day period after Easter called? Eastertide, or the Pentecost season.